Hi everyone, this is Shauna Taroso, RAYAC's Executive Officer, and this is my desk. In this monthly video cast, I address questions that are coming across my desk every single day. So this month's topic is going to be, what is the difference between pending status in Bright MLS and active under contract status in Bright MLS? So, couple of disclaimers before we get started. I am not an employee of Bright MLS, and also I'm not an attorney and I do not play one on TV, but giving you some interpretations there, not a legal interpretation, not the interpretation directly from a Bright MLS staff person, but how I understand these two statuses that are being used in the MLS system. So first of all, pending and active under contract. What those two statuses have in common in Bright MLS is that they both mean that there has been a written offer that has been accepted by the seller, but the property has not yet gone to settlement. So it means that there is an agreement of sale in place on both the properties. What the pending status means is that the seller no longer wishes the property to be actively marketed. So there's no more showings on the property, they aren't accepting backup offers, and all signs lead to that this property is going to go to settlement if it's in the pending status. The active under contract status in Bright MLS indicates the following, that a written agreement of sale has been accepted. However, the seller has instructed the listing agent to continue to actively market the property, and two things need to happen. One, the seller is continuing to allow showings to occur, and two, that the seller is accepting backup offers. Both those things need to occur in order for the property to be in the active under contract status. So if a seller says, I'm not allowing any more showings, you can't have it in the active under contract status. It needs to go to pending. If the seller says, I'm not going to be accepting backup offers, you can't have it in the active under contract status. It needs to be in pending. You have to allow showings. You have to be accepting backup offers. So we've gotten a lot of questions from buyer's agents who have been caught off guard that after the agreement of sale has been accepted by the seller, that the property, rather than going to the pending status, goes to the active under contract status. And they are concerned that they weren't aware that this was going to happen. Well, according to Bright MLS rules and regs, is that the seller is the one who has instructed the listing agent to continue to market the property and to accept backup offers and allow showings. Now, if you as a buyer's agent do not, or as the buyers are uncomfortable with the potential that the property may go to an active under contract status, the way you would address that situation is by having it in the agreement of sale as well. You could work with your broker and legal counsel and add language in the agreement of sale that says the seller agrees that the listing agent will mark this property as pending after the written acceptance of the offer in Bright MLS. So that would be a way to address that issue if your buyers have concerns that the property might still be continued to be actively marketed and backup offers being accepted. So you would want to address that circumstance in the agreement of sale. Again, have conversations with your broker, have conversations with potential legal counsel and your buyers over how you might want to handle that situation. I think there's a common misconception that individuals feel that if it's active under contract, there has to be a specific contingency in place under the agreement of sale. Something like there might be, an agreement that the offer is subject to some sort of a kick-out or a knockout clause because the buyer needs to sale and settle their existing property as well. That's not the case according to Bright's MLS rules and regs. There's a section when you put it into active under contract status that you can select what potential contingencies may occur, but there actually doesn't need to be any contingencies at all in accordance with Bright rules and regs. It could be a cash offer with no contingencies, and if the seller has instructed the listing agent to continue to market the property and allow showings and accept backup offers, they can do that in accordance with Bright MLS rules and regs. So I hope that provides a little bit of clarity around what Bright rules, MLS rules and regs indicate. And if you ever have any questions about what you can or cannot do in the MLS, please feel free to give me a call and I'll get you in contact with the right individuals at Bright MLS to get your question answered. As always, if there's any other topics or questions that you'd like to have me address, my door and ears are always open. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.